This video was requested by some followers on my Instagram page, and this is by far the most provocative timepiece I've ever owned. To be completely honest, there's not much to review today. This watch is more of a gimmick. However, I know people are curious to see what this watch is about and know a bit more about the history, so I'll make a short video on this Hublot not for sale Atelier watch. Welcome to the channel. My name is Alex, and today we're going to talk about the brand that everybody loves to hate. I made a video about Hublot a couple of months back in the start of this channel, and then I talked about my MDM Geneva watch that I purchased earlier this year and why I love it and why some people hate Hublot. So if you're interested in hearing more about my thoughts on the brand and why I purchased a Hublot, click the link up here. Today we're going to talk about a watch that is quite interesting, and I've been actually looking at one of these for a couple of years now. I've always thought that they are kind of fun for what they are. I think it's the not for sale text on the dial that appeals me the most, to be honest. So when this watch turned up at Chrono24 at a pretty reasonable price, but the price isn't very reasonable at all considering what you get, I pulled the trigger, and now I have the Hublot Atelier not for sale on my wrist. It's not an overwhelming timepiece in any sense. So the history behind this watch is actually that back in the days when clients turned in their watches for service or repair, it was a more expensive timepiece, maybe gold or with some complications, they received a loan watch from the Hublot boutique to wear in the meantime while their watch was getting serviced. So this is actually something you don't see every day. You don't hear about it that much. I know a couple of brands that does this, but Hublot was quite early to do this, like 10 years ago or something. So it was a very nice touch by the brand to keep their clients, their customers still connected to Hublot, because this watch is based on the classic Fusion. It's a 45mm case. The differences are that this watch is made out of composite plastic, basically. So it's basically a Hublot swatch. You have the crown and screws in the bezel are in steel, but the rest is plastic and rubber, basically. And it has this all black look, so it's quite sporty. Also, it's powered by a quartz movement. So, I mean, guys, it is what it is. It's a cheap watch. It was made for the customers to have during the time their watches was getting serviced. So everything is just cheap, you know. Nonetheless, it's a watch that was not intended to end up on the gray market, but a couple of pieces surface every now and then. And yeah, basically I finally had to scratch that itch and get rid of my curiosity and try one out. And the verdict is that it's not worth the money I paid for it. I'll probably get rid of this very soon, if not even have done that. But it's not because of the looks, because the looks I like. I like this minimalistic black dial, no indexes, red second hand that ticks, not for sale text. That's perfectly fine. Even the black case, even though it's cheap, I think it's quite cool look. But it's the size for me, 45mm. We have 52mm approximately in lug to lug. It's a big watch for my 16.5cm wrist. And I said this earlier to a friend that if this watch was 42, I'd probably keep it because I think it's a cool watch and it's definitely a conversation starter. People, when they hear the story about this watch, many people get amazed. They're like, wow, okay, I didn't know Hublot did that. But yeah, they did, and that's the story behind this watch. So there's not really much more to say about this watch rather than the story behind it and the cheap construction, the Hublot swatch, so to say. Let me know what you think, guys, about this watch. If you like it or if you don't like it, what you think about the backstory behind it foremost, because I mean, end of the day, it's a cheap plastic watch, basically. Alright guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It would mean a lot if you help this channel to grow, and I'll see you guys next time.